Hello everyone. We are looking at spell casting today. This is an unboxing of a new deck that I just purchased. This is the box for it. I really like Hay House Oracle cards. They're one of my favorites. I started with them with Radley Valentine and Doreen Virtue, and I always loved Hay House. This is their guidebook that goes with the deck. Kind of shows you how to use it at the beginning, shows you a little bit of information about the moon cycles and the waxing moons and the phases of the moons. This is a great deck to use for like full moons, new moons, if you want to do align with like energies, things like that. So, looking at our deck, let's take a look at the cards. So, we have blessings. This is a very colorful deck. Lighten your load. Um, this is a very easy deck to use. It's very the pictures are very clear. The words are very plain, very inspiring, pretty easy to understand. So this would be like it might be a little hard for beginners, but if you set with the energy, I always tell my readers, set with the energy, set with the card, go with your intuition, your heart, and what message you're receiving, right? What messages are you seeing coming in, right? And how are you perceiving them? So let's take a look. We are going to, um, I always knock 3 times to clear the energy of the card. And I want to use, since this is a new deck, it came very nicely packed and very well shipped, no dents, no negative energy done to the box itself. So I'm not worried about the cards holding any kind of negative energy. Sorry about that, I hit the thing. So I like to take the sage and just kind of clear my decks with sage. You want to set the intention that this deck is, used for whatever intention you want it to be used for. For me, I'm going to put the deck to my heart. I'm going to thank the deck and the creator and the person that sent me the deck. And I'm going to set the deck for the intention that it is used for your highest good by spirit source to receive the messages that are for your highest good. And I'm going to surround the cards and the messages with love, light, and anything that you need to help you to rise up and keep going forward in your life. Right? So that is the intention that I'm sitting on the cards. Let's move that over there. And let's pull some cards for 2026. I cannot believe it's 2026 already. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys for being here. Um, this is the year where I will actually get my YouTube going. I started this a couple years ago and it wasn't the right timing. Too much was going on. So I always I always listen to spirit and I know when spirit wants me to do something. So I hope that you guys listen to spirit too, and I hope that you're here because of that. So um, keep moving forward, keep trusting the process, right? And let's take a look at how this deck resonates with us. Okay, I love the colors. Look at those colors, so vibrant, so energetic. All right, and this is going to be our closing card. So we're just going to put that there. All right, you can also use crystals to clear a card. Anything that feels right for you. Bells, some people like to use bells. Okay, so your first card is animals. So spirit guides, spirit animals. You might notice birds showing up. I know when I started on my spiritual path, birds showed up at my window knocking on the glass, and I knew it was intentional because I've never had that experience before. And I know people say all the time, "Oh, well, birds knock on glass because they see their reflection or it's shiny." Yes, I understand that completely. However, um, I have lived here for, oh my goodness, maybe, let me see, 20 some years, maybe. And I've never had the experience that I had when the spirit animals came and started coming into my life, right? Like all day long, nonstop, birds tapping at my window. And as soon as I would say, hello, I see you, they would they would disappear and they wouldn't come back. And then the next day, the same thing. And it happened for so many days until I got through a lot of spiritual cleansing and things like that. So trust that if you have an animal spirit coming into your life, whether it is something that is wild or something that is domestic, pay attention to that. Okay, pay attention to that energy pull that you're feeling. For some people, it could be deer showing up in your yard. You know, um, any kind of animal that you see that keeps like showing itself, or if you're say like say for example you're driving and an animal comes out and just kind of stops in your path and it just kind of like triggers you and you look at it and it looks at you and you're like kind of triggered. Look it up when you get a chance. Look up the spiritual meaning of seeing a deer or the spiritual meaning of a bird, right? Or a spiritual meaning of a new animal coming into your life, such as a cat or something like being gifted to you, stuff like that. Like pay attention to stuff like that because that's usually spirit talking to you through a physical form. Okay, so that's really important to pay attention to. That's really important to pay attention to because you will get those messages and um, you'll also get confirmations whenever that takes place as well. So, for this new energy that's coming in for you, you are being guided to give forgiveness, forgiveness to yourself and forgiveness to others. Offer those around you forgiveness. Um, Forgiveness is a very negative energy. Uh, if you are holding it in the wrong manner. Like for example, if you're refusing to give for if you're refusing to give forgiveness or if you're giving forgiveness but it's not sincere, like you haven't actually truly given it to the universe or you actually haven't truly given it over to the universe, it can be a very negative energy, right? So that's what we call false forgiveness, right? You don't want to be in the energy of false forgiveness. You don't want to have that negative forgiveness energy in your body where you say you forgave them, but you really truly haven't worked through the necessary steps to fully release that forgiveness. And the same thing with yourself. You don't want to give yourself false forgiveness either because that's a negative energy. You can say to someone, yeah, I forgive myself. It was a long time ago. But then as soon as like a trigger happens, you're right back where you was. You're worried or fear sets in. That's not true forgiveness. That's what we call negative forgiveness, right? So it's where you are not truly allowing yourself to forgive. So be careful with this energy. Make sure that when you offer forgiveness, that you're truly, truly offering it from your heart in a sincere way. If you're offering forgiveness to yourself, make sure you're truly loving yourself and you're truly forgiving yourself for what you did or who you were or the choices that you made or the life that you chose before you got into the awareness of where you are now. Or if you're currently in this situation and you want to transition out of the life that you're in right now, give yourself forgiveness freely. Nobody's perfect. People make decisions they shouldn't have made. People do things out of many different reasons. It could be from unhealed situations to experiences that we went through, to past life situations, to people the way that we grew up. I mean, there's so many reasons, okay, why we can make decisions and choices and bad choices and things like that. So the main thing is if you want to move into the positive energy of forgiveness, you have to make sure that you're offering forgiveness to yourself that's in a positive way, not a negative way. Okay. You don't want to false forgive yourself. Okay. Or you don't want to false forgive others. It's very important that you are doing this in the right manner. And that's with self love, self understanding. For some of you, you might need to work through things one step at a time. For others, it might be doing energy work, doing spiritual healing work, showing up daily to just work on issues that you're having problems with. Okay, whatever it is, it might be different for you compared to someone else, right? It can be different for everybody. But the main thing is that you're doing positive forgiveness. Okay, that's the main thing. You are an inspiration to others. The things that you have overcome, the things that you have faced, your story, your life, it matters. It all matters. Okay. You are an inspiration to yourself. Just looking at who you truly are and looking at who you were and who you're becoming, that is an inspiration of its own. Okay. It took you a lot of work to get where you are right now. So you have to trust that you are worthy of the love and the light and the guidance and the path that you are on, that you are seeking. Self love and self worthiness helps to inspire you to keep moving forward in the right direction. Okay. So trust that whatever you are doing, you are meant to be an inspiration to others. You're meant to show others that they too can shine their light as well, regardless of what they went through, regardless of who they were, what their past was, or anything like that. You can inspire them to move into their energy just by you simply moving in yours. Okay. So, and it could be from writing a book to doing a blog to doing a um, podcast to talking locally to people to volunteering at places and sharing your story, anything like that. Okay. But you must first see yourself as worthy of being that inspiration. Right? You have to step into that energy within in order to step into that energy outside of you. Okay. That's what your card is saying for you. Clarity. Okay, so your overall card, our overall reading for this reading is clarity. Okay, things will get into order once you start to see what needs to be done. Once you see the pattern, the support, the guidance, the love, once you do the homework to see, the connections going on within your life, once you put these things into order, then the clarity will come in. Okay. Clarity is something that you can also ask the universe to show you daily. Today I walk with you, universe. Please show me clarity for what it is that I need to know. Please help me to receive my messages without confusion. Okay. You can also state that my voice will send out clarity to those who need to hear and understand my message and understand what I'm trying to communicate with others, right? If you're someone who has a hard time communicating with people, um, maybe people in your surroundings have a hard time communicating themselves, there could be a lot of blocks that you face. So you can set the intention that you will speak with clarity and that your words will be received with love and clarity. You can also set the intention for the universe to bring in messages for you that are set in clarity for you to understand your path, your purpose, your guidance, and whatever it is that you are trying to do in the now. If things seem a little clouded right now, confused right now, it's okay because this card is reminding you that sometimes you have to walk out of a situation before you can turn around and understand it. Okay, so this card is reminding you that clarity is coming to you. You may not see the trueness of the clarity right now in this particular moment, but it is coming to you. Okay, it will arrive, it will come to you, so have patience. Trust the process. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep offering forgiveness to yourself and others. Let go of the baggage that doesn't serve your highest good. And trust that everything is working out as the universe intends it to. All right. I hope this message has helped you. Thank you so much for being here and have a great day.